Another good use of the pullover exercise is for the ability to create stability in your arms, legs, and core. And what I mean by that is train the connection in a meaningful task, not just some isolated thing we find in the weight room, but in any meaningful task you're gonna do in your field of play or around your home, and just in life in general, your arm will work into your core, into your leg, and vice versa. So these we call cross-body patterns are in play all the time. And as such, if you intend to get stronger for such things, you got to train that path. You have to train that integration of arm into core into leg. And in my opinion, nothing else does that better than the ultimate sandbag. And a great way to do it is through the pullover. So let's talk about 3 ways we can do that. The first one is with the dead bug exercise. So like with the other dead bug exercise, it's better with the mini band. So I'm going to use that. For the dead bug, the mini band goes around my feet. I'm going to start with a sandbag in my lap, and this is my setup. Now, for the pullover, I'm holding the sandbag here, and again, one of the benefits of the sandbag is that it's about my exact width of my shoulders, and I can tear it. So now, because I'm trying to tear that, there's immediately an integration in my arm into my body. Now, the dead bug variation with this is I simply do this. So what's happening right now is I am training the connection of my shoulder muscles into my abdominal wall in harmony with my diaphragm for breathing, in harmony with my abdominal wall stabilizing my pelvis, in harmony with my hip flexors stabilizing my stance leg, and in harmony with my hip extensors extending the leg against the band. Lots going on here. All you'll know is that it's hard, or all you need to know is it's a wonderful challenge. It's very good for you. Now, this particular one is not a complicated drill. It's not like the full-fledged dead bug, but the overhead positioning with that pullover I really like. Now, if I switch and I go into a bridge position, the band just comes right up to my knees. So now I'll be in a bridge position, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the sandbag. So I'll get up into my bridge, I'm tearing the bag, and it's going overhead. Now, if you want to emphasize your arms a little more, as you continue tearing, push down and squish your legs. Push down and squish the floor, and that enhances your fatigue level, I promise you. You can increase the stability challenge by going single leg and doing the same thing. You don't have to squish the bag against the ground or your leg. You can just go back and forth, but you do have to remember you're tearing it the whole time. It's not this. My arms are doing that the whole time. It's very active, which makes it kind of hard. The last variation I'll use, and I don't think, in my opinion anyway, the band is of value with this last one, is with a hollow hold. So a hollow hold by itself is a pretty challenging exercise, but if you have the ability to do one and you want to enhance, oh baby, this is especially for throwers. Volleyball players, which is where I train, that spike. This drill is so valuable for volleyball because your feet are off the ground. So you have to have this strong connection of your arm into your abdominals because you cannot derive any power from the ground because you're in the air when you do it. Of course, you get that with throwing, tennis serve, etc. But anytime where you're going from here to here with power, so throwing type things, this is so good. So here's the setup. You're going to point one toe a little bit off the ground, and then the other one, and then the sandbag is overhead, tearing. You look at your stomach, and then it goes back and forth like that. Remember, I'm tearing the bag, which won't tear, which means I'm pulling against an immovable force as I do that. So the integration of arm into abdominal wall in harmony with diaphragm, in harmony with hip flexors, is just a really good thing to have. It'll give you a lot of strength to come down with that. Great for your abs if you just want to look better on the beach anyway. So those are the pullover series, and I hope you enjoy them. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section.